2021 is almost over. This year was definitely long. Not 2020 long, but long. It kind of got off to a slow and rocky start because of COVID kind of easing its way out of our lives. A little bit, but eventually things got a little better as the year progressed. It's already December, and I can't believe how did we get here? It was a long road ahead, but we did it. We got here. And I am very happy about that. After quarantine ended, it was such a relief to go out and actually do things and see people and interact. A lot of stuff happened this year. A lot of moments that I'm not going to want to forget. Like last year, I'm going to go in order of everything that happened so you can all look back on the year. It was interesting, better, but interesting to say the least. Let me share with you the year I had in 2021. In January, it was a slow start to the year, kind of like last year, not much happened. The only thing that I did was I went out to coffee with my best friend. We just went out, we caught up, and just to catch up of what we did over the holidays and just to kind of catch up before the semester started, before I started my spring semester. And it was just nice to hang out. We went to this really cool coffee place I've been to a couple of times, and it was really fun, and I had a great time just to be able to hang out and talk to my best friend and just have an overall great time. In February, again, not much to start off the year. Again, not much going on. Me and my family watched the Super Bowl. I made a t-shirt to celebrate it. We got takeout. I made brownies. It was so much fun just to spend time with my family and just to be able to watch football. We watched the Tampa Bay Buccaneers play the Kansas City Chiefs. And needless to say, we are a football family. We watch a lot of football, and it was a lot of fun. And we had a great time. We're not fans of like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the Kansas City Chiefs. We just watched the Super Bowl, as like everybody does. Well, most people watch the Super Bowl. And it was just nice to like just watch football, spend time with my family, and just hang out. And it was nice. And Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won. In March, there was really nothing going on, nothing spectacular. It was just me focusing on the semester and everything going on with like school. So I'm gonna move on to April. In April, again, there really wasn't much going on, just doing the stuff with the semester. I celebrated Easter with my family. We went to the Easter Vigil, and it was just great to go to Mass and actually see this Easter Vigil Mass, because it's great because like we couldn't go last year because of COVID, and most people were deprived of celebrating the holiday because of COVID, and they couldn't go to church because of COVID or celebrate with their families because of it. And it was just nice to be able to go to Mass and see the Easter Vigil again, because my mom's a big fan of it. She loves going to this Mass, and it was just a good time to also go back to see this Mass, because it is very popular, and it was just really good time. And then like I just celebrate Easter with my family. I got a really cool Easter basket that I put a lot of stuff in. But yeah, it was just nice to celebrate Easter with my family. I also got inducted into the Honor Society at my school for the Sigma Del Delta, the English Honor Society. It was just great, but originally it's actually also supposed to be in person, but due to COVID, they did it virtual this year. Normally it's on campus, they have refreshments afterwards, and it's supposed to be a big thing, but because of COVID, it was done virtually. I found out I made the Dean's List in fall of 2020, and it's nice to have these accomplishments just to be able to look back on them and be able to see them and say, wow, I actually did it, and to have like these certificates to remember it by. And I'm just really proud of myself because I worked really hard to get on that honor society and going to the meetings and then getting good grades to get onto the Dean's List. And it's really hard to get on the Dean's List in college. It's just great to be able to be recognized for the work that I do and to be able to be like rewarded for it. And I'm just glad that I actually got to be recognized for these two accomplishments. In May, again, there wasn't much going on, just getting ready for finals, getting ready for the semester to end, and just getting ready for the summer. Moving on to June. In June, it was my birthday. I turned 28 years old. I feel so old, but I know that a lot of good things are going to happen for me as I get older. And I know that as you get older, you get wiser. And I know that in my 28 years, I have gotten much wiser, and I know I've made good decisions, and I know that I will continue to make good decisions as I get older, and I may be 28, but I still feel very young. I went out to dinner with my family because my mom's birthday is also in June. She's actually a week before me. We actually went out to celebrate both of our birthdays because last year my birthday wasn't thrilling because of COVID. We couldn't go out, the restaurants were closed, and we just couldn't really celebrate it. And I know like most of you probably couldn't celebrate your birthdays as well because we've all had a birthday that coincided with the COVID. And as my birthday was actually approaching, things did start opening up, but all the restaurants weren't yet. So like we couldn't really celebrate last year, and I really didn't do much. So we just went out, me and my family, and we just celebrated our birthdays. I also went out to dinner with my best friend, my cousin, and then my cousin's brother's girlfriend, and we also went out for dessert as well. We also celebrated not only my birthday, but we celebrated my cousin graduated nursing school, and then my best friend graduated from graduate school. It was just like a kind of a mixed celebration of celebrating my birthday, my cousin graduating nursing school, and then my best friend graduating graduate school. It was like a mix of everything, and it was just nice to be able to catch up with my cousin because I haven't seen her in a while, and just be able to like have like a girls' night out and be able to just hang out and just have a good time and see my cousin and get to know my cousin's brother's girlfriend, because like I knew of her, I've seen her a couple of times around, but I really haven't spoken to her. So it was nice to like get to know her, have a conversation, talk, and have a good time. And we just, all of us had a really great time, and it was just a really fun time. And yeah, and this was also memorable because I also got my first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. In July, a lot happened. I'm gonna condense it to the best of my ability and just try to get through it as fast as possible because I don't want this video to be long. I'm just gonna start off. It was the 4th of July. I went to the local beach with my best friend because I know that like they have a lot of like events there. Sometimes they hold some stuff, which I've never been to, but they did like a fireworks show and they had music and they had food and stuff. It was really fun. You just sit on the boardwalk and just watch the like fireworks or just enjoy it. We got there pretty early. We got there a couple hours before it started. We got food, we ate, we caught up, we talked, and at the end of the night we got a nice little fireworks show with music, and it was really fun, and we just had a really great time. And then shortly after, not the same day, I got my second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. I went on vacation with my family. We drove down to Savannah, Georgia, where we stayed for a couple of nights. We went to a military museum. We went to a prohibition museum. It was a lot of fun. I took some really nice pictures. It rained a little bit, but that's all right. But we still had a great time. It was just nice to be able to go down to Savannah, Georgia. Like, I've been down there a couple times, but it's been a couple years, so it was nice to have that kind of nostalgia, kind of remember. But we did see different stuff that we didn't see the last time we were there. But it was just nice, and we would walk around the waterfront. It was not too far from the hotel. It was like an area where you could just like kind of park the car and just like go some sightseeing, like walk from the hotel and just walk around and just see the sights. And we did a lot of sightseeing, and it was fun. It was a couple of days, but we still had a good time. Then we made our way down to Orlando, Florida. We went to a Titanic museum where I learned a lot of stuff. I went to an expedition with my dad years ago in Manhattan when it was there. It was like a temporary thing. But this in Orlando was actually a permanent museum. And it was nice to learn stuff about Titanic. There was actually set pieces there. There was like the actual chair from the movie that was actually displayed. It was really cool. And there was a lot. We took a picture on the grand staircase. It was just nice to learn stuff. And then it was just nice to learn a lot about the Titanic and stuff. I know a lot now, but it was just nice to expand my knowledge as well. And it also rained a lot. We attempted to play miniature golf 3 times. The first time it rained, obviously. The second time we played half a game and then it started raining. Third time we managed to play the whole game, and towards the end it did rain, so we managed to get it done. So that was great. We also went to SeaWorld. I've never been to SeaWorld before, but we've seen it, but we've never really been there. It was nice, but they don't have many rides. I'm not much of a roller coaster person. My parents went on the coasters. We went to go see a couple of shows, and there was aquariums. There's a lot of walking, and it was just a lot of fun to just see the shows and see like the animals and stuff. And we dined with the sharks, which was a lot of fun, and it was really cool to be able to like sit, and like that restaurant was really cool, and it was just really fun, and I just had a really fun time. We also went to Disney World because obviously you go to Orlando, you gotta go to Disney. It was a lot of fun. We went to the 2 parks, 2 separate days. We went to Epcot one day and then we went to MGM Studios the next day, and it was a lot of fun. We went on a lot of rides. It was just a lot of fun. It brought my childhood back because I haven't been to Disney and I can't remember how long. But it's been at least a couple of years since I've been to Disney. Epcot, we went on like every ride they had. And it was nice to just learn about the world. And then like MGM, we went on a lot more rides. I went on the Tower of Terror for the first time since I was a kid, and this was my second time, and I was scared, but I faced my fear and I did it. And then for dinner in Epcot, we went to a German restaurant, which was really fun because my mom and dad went there on their honeymoon. They went to that restaurant on their honeymoon because they did go to Disney, and they went to this restaurant and they love it. We went there actually a couple of times, and the food's really good too. They just changed the service because of COVID, but it was still good. And then in MGM, we went to a 50s themed restaurant, which was really cool because it was kind of like being in like Mama's Kitchen from the 50s. My parents weren't obviously 50s kids, but they definitely had grandparents that grew up at that time, so they kind of have that nostalgia. So that restaurant was really fun, and the waiters were in like character the whole time, and it was just a really great time to go and have a great time and just to eat dinner and have fun in Disney World because Disney has magic, and magic is everything. We also did a photo shoot. We were staying at a resort. If you guys are new to this channel, every year I go on vacation, or like, because we didn't go on vacation a couple years, but regardless, I always do a photo shoot, whether I'm on vacation or not, and it's usually once a year and it's in the summer. This year we did it at the resort where we were staying, and it is a beautiful property where my dad took great pictures for me, and it's amazing because he's a really good photographer, and I just really enjoyed it. We had a good time just walking around taking pictures, but the pictures came out great, and it was a lot of fun, but the pictures came out great, and they are coming soon to my social media pages. And then we also went to Annapolis, Maryland, where we wrapped up our trip. It was just a lot of fun there. It was not much. We stayed there for like a couple of days. It was just really fun. Annapolis, Maryland, where we just like walked around the waterfront, just like walked around, did some sightseeing, and we did like a boat tour, and we just did like a couple of things while we were there. And we also went to the United States Naval Academy where they're based, and it was nice to like learn about where like all of these men and women train and where they all like are based and what they go through with training and everything, and it kind of makes you kind of look at America in a kind of a different way. It was nice to kind of see the whole like base and everything, and it was really interesting. And I just want to thank like not just the Navy, but like the military and Air Force, everybody. Just thank you for what you do for our country, because we're just grateful for having to protect our country. Just seeing the Naval Academy was just really interesting, and we learned a lot, and it was a lot of fun, and we had a great time. In August, after I came home from vacation, I went to a lot, and I mean a lot, of New York Giants preseason games at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. We went to all these games because my dad has access, because he is a season ticket holder with the New York Giants. He just became a season ticket holder this season. The guy contacted him, and he's been on the waiting list for over 30 years. He got to go to all these games, and it was just a lot of fun. One of those games was the New York Giants went against the New York Jets. It was really good to see my Jets play again in person. Like, the last time I saw them play in person was in 2019, which was before COVID, and when Sam Darnold was still on the team. But it was just nice to be able to see the team play and kind of see Zach Wilson play a little bit. And I really liked seeing my Jets play, and I kind of miss seeing them in person. But it was just nice to be able to go to a preseason game around the regular season, because I watch all these preseason games on TV, so I actually get to see a couple in person. And it was really nice, and I went to a lot of Giants ones too. But it was nice to support the Giants because of my dad. But I'm still a Jet fan at heart. Don't worry. Well, and Carolina Panthers. But it's just nice to be able to just go to all these games and be at MetLife Stadium, because I really do miss MetLife, because ever since COVID, like, I haven't been there, and I'm there a lot during the season because I go to a lot of games. But it was just nice to be able to see the New York Jets go against the New York Giants, and also seeing the New York Giants play, because like I root for the team, for my dad. It was just nice to see them play as well, and just to be able to go see all these games was really fun, because it just added like kind of more to football, and we just became like bigger football fans because of this and my dad becoming a season ticket holder. It was just a lot of fun. I vlogged most of the preseason games. They are coming soon, I promise. And they're going to go up on my second channel. Also, this video's go up on both channels. If you want to go check out Jet Girl Vlogs, go subscribe. Those vlogs are coming soon to my second channel, so if you want to go see those preseason games, if you're interested, you want to see a game day vlog, those are definitely coming soon. But go subscribe, Jet Girl Vlogs. In September, I went back to school. I went back to work for the semester. In the beginning of September, I went to dinner with my best friend to wrap up the summer. I also went to more New York Giant games with my dad, and I went to go see the New York Giants play the Denver Broncos because that's my dad's team, New York Giants. Obviously, my dad's a big New York Giants fan. My mom is a big Denver Broncos fan. It was just really interesting because I went to go see both of them play. I was neutral because I didn't want to favor anybody. It was just nice to be able to go spend time with my family and go to a game, just all of us, because with these preseason games I just went with my dad because he only has 2 tickets as a season ticket holder. All of us went because we had extra tickets because my dad had bought tickets for the Giants game before he became a season ticket holder. We bought the tickets, and then like a couple weeks later, like I emailed my dad and told him that he's eligible for season tickets. We had extra tickets, that's why all of us got to go. It was fun because my dad sat on one side of the stadium and my mom sat on the opposite. Then I moved, and then I kind of switched sides, and I sat with my mom for a little bit, and then sat with my dad for a little bit. It was just fun to be able to go see these Giant games with my family and just spend some time with them. And it was also good for my mom because like she had never seen the Denver Broncos play in person, and they were playing the Jets last season, and we were actually going to go get tickets and everything, but due to COVID, the stadiums didn't have fans. She couldn't see her team play the Jets at MetLife because of COVID. It was just nice for her to see her team. Those vlogs are actually coming to my channel very soon. Again, they're coming, I promise. They're coming to my second channel. Second channel, they're coming for you, don't worry. It was also my dad's birthday. It was fun because we went to the restaurant, we celebrated his birthday, we had a great time, and it was just nice to spend time with my dad. And all 3 of us went out, me, my mom, and my dad celebrated his birthday. It was just nice that we all got to like celebrate his birthday and have a good time, and just to be able to just spend time as a family and not in a football setting, but just like people go out to dinner and have fun. I went to the games when the New York Giants played the Atlanta Falcons at MetLife Stadium. It was also an important game because it was a good game. That is also when they had Eli Manning's jersey retirement and Ring of Honor ceremony, and I'm just so grateful I had the opportunity to see it because I never really knew that they did that on TV. I probably heard of it, but I probably never seen it. And because also, like, you don't get to see that on TV. Like, you get to see the highlights maybe during the news or on social media for that matter, or see pictures or hear about it on ESPN. But, like, you only view it off, like, the Giants app or on the Giants, like, website or of that particular team if they do it. But it was just really interesting. It was just nice to see it in person and see Eli Manning in person give a speech. And it was just great because, like, he got into the playoffs, he got into a Super Bowl, and, like, it's just nice to be able to see him like being acknowledged for the accomplishments that he made when he was on the team and being recognized for that. And he definitely deserves it because he's one of the best players and he's really inspiring. And my dad's a big fan of Eli, and he always has been since the beginning, and he's just a good player, and it was just so grateful to see that. In October, I went to yet another New York Giants game. I went to go see the New York Giants play the Carolina Panthers, where the Carolina Panthers came to MetLife to play the New York Giants. This game is specifically important to me because of Sam Darnold obviously got traded to the Carolina Panthers. It was nice to actually see him play in person again. This is my second time seeing him play in person because the first time was in 2019 when he played with the Jets, and that was before COVID. It was really nice to actually see him play again in person and just to see play for another team. But I watch like every Panther game like on NFL Game Pass, but it was just nice to see him play in person and see the Panthers play in person because I just recently became a Carolina Panthers fan. It was just nice to see them play in person and see Sam do his thing and play. It was also Halloween. I dressed up as Celine from Underworld. I'm kind of a fan of like these movies, but I only seen the first 2 because Theo James was in them. If If you know me, I'm a big Theo James fan. I dressed up as Celine, which is like Kate Beckinsale's character, and it was just really fun because I wanted to kind of dress up / cosplay for her for a while, so I finally got around to it because I was always book characters. I wanted to do something a little different this year, so I got dressed up as a movie character instead of a book character. I know I always do book characters, but I wanted to do something different. But it was still a lot of fun, and I did it for Instagram and other social media sites, and I just had a fun time doing it. In November, there wasn't really much going on. It was just mainly games. My parents celebrated their 30th wedding anniversary. I'm very happy for them, and they're still going strong with their marriage, and they made it work. And I know many people who have lasted very, very long, and 30 is a milestone, but I know they're going to keep going and still be married, and I hope to find a guy that makes me happy, and I hope that I'd be able to have a marriage that lasts as long as theirs and longer than that someday. I also celebrated Thanksgiving with my family. We just had just the three of us. We didn't do much. We do that every year regardless of COVID or not. But it was just nice to be able to celebrate Thanksgiving. I also went to go see the New York Giants play the Philadelphia Eagles. There was also Michael Strahan's jersey retirement and him being inducted into the Ring of Honor ceremony, and it was just really interesting to see that in person because I've never seen like that, like jersey retirement and Ring of Honor ceremony. I don't even know if the Jets do that. I'm pretty sure they might, but it was really interesting to see that. He gave a great speech, and it was really fun, and the vlog footage is coming. I actually vlogged that one, and it was really fun, and just seeing his retirement ceremony and also like Eli Manning's ceremony was interesting, and it was just really fun. And I just had a great time watching both of those, and I'm just so fortunate that I'm able to see that. And I know like a lot of people could, but just like I feel kind of special that I'd be able to watch it, to see that, because it's not on TV because I got to see it in person, but it was streamed on the Giants app. Both of these ceremonies were streamed on the Giants app, and it was really interesting, and it was just nice to like see Michael Strahan in person because I know he was a great player for the team, and he was like very detrimental to the team as well, and it was just really nice to see this and see him be acknowledged for the achievements that he has made with the team, because my dad is not only a fan of Eli but Michael as well, and it was just great to get the opportunity to see Michael be recognized for everything that he has done for the team. In December, I went to a New York Jets home game at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. This is the second New York Jets home game that I went to. The last one was in December 2019, right before COVID. Seeing a New York Giants home game is one thing, but seeing a New York Jets one is a totally different experience, and I'm glad I got to go. I also went out with my best friend. We went to a light show at our local beach, which we actually did last year, and we kept the tradition going. It was a lot of fun. We saw some lights. We had a great time. It's actually like a drive-through thing, so you can just drive through and watch it. Like in my live video last year, I explained that even without COVID, it was always going on. So all you had to do was like drive through, and they have this area where you can like walk around and stuff as well, which was nice. But it was just nice to like drive through and see the lights. It's kind of relaxing. It gets into the holiday spirit, which was really fun. We had dinner. We had a good time. And we also had dessert, which was really fun. And it was just nice to be able to catch up with my friend and be able to see her and just have fun and just celebrate the holiday season and just catch up. Because I haven't really seen her since July. It was just nice to be able to see her, have fun, catch up, talk, and just be able to just have a good time and enjoy the holiday season. I also celebrated the holidays with my family. It was just the three of us again. COVID or non-COVID, we just still like spent time as a family. It's always been the three of us. We just went to mass, and then we just spent time as a family. It was just nice to be able to spend the holidays with my family. My goals for 2022, wow, that's a lot. My goals for 2022 are definitely to write more, to get more writing done. I did NaNoWriMo this year, but didn't do as much writing as I'd hoped, but with the school year, it's kind of hard. Because I'm in the process of revising my manuscript right now. Because after getting like rejections from agencies, I realized like maybe it does need revisions, and I sent it to my critique partner, my beta reader, and they gave me loads amount of feedback, and I wish I had done this sooner because I am making so much progress with these revisions that I'm seeing like the mistakes I made, and even like spelling and some of the grammar, and this needed at least more than one run through, and like this is only like the second kind of revision process. But I'm just glad that like I did this. I wish I would have done sooner, but better late than never. I'm just glad I got that done because My critique partner beta reader gave me like really great feedback. I'm using it and it is really improving me as a writer, and like these revisions are going so much better than I did the first time. Like the first time I didn't have a critique partner beta reader, I was just working with my mom, but this time I'm actually using feedback from other people and it is working so well and is making me a better writer. And let me tell you, any writer out there, I recommend that. This is not a writing video, but this is going on both channels, so you've seen my writing videos. But for any writer out there, I recommend you get a critique partner and a better reader. They will change your life. Don't be afraid to go on social media and ask people to, like, friends or stuff, because that's how I found mine. The worst that they're going to say is no, but just don't be afraid to get out of comfort zone and kind of ask people to look at your work, because it'll be worth it. Because like when you get that agent, it's going to be because you got feedback and you worked off of it. My other goal is to eventually revise my query letter and start querying and maybe get an agent out of it. I also want to eventually, I want to edit more videos, get more videos out, because I'm going to have a lot more time within the next few months to be able to get some videos edited. And I just want to be able to like kind of edit more, get videos out kind of consistently, kind of be on a schedule, because I know I'm really behind on videos. And I know that if you watch my first channel, you hear me sing the same freaking song every year. That's what I plan to do. I want to get on a schedule. My upload days are usually Fridays, so I'd like to just at least like get on a consistent schedule, like upload maybe a video a month, maybe if that, maybe every couple weeks if I can get videos done faster. I'm working on it. I'm getting there. I promise. Like I said, in the next few months, I'm hoping to get like a lot of videos out, which I plan to do. And also like get videos up on both channels. This was the year of many things. This was the year Sam Darnold got traded to the Carolina Panthers. And I actually became a Carolina Panthers fan because of it. And because like I was always a fan of him, even on the New York Jets. So obviously I'm going to follow his career to another team. So I am in fact a Carolina Panthers fan because Sam Darnold's on the team. And I am now a fan of the New York Jets and the Carolina Panthers. So I didn't give up on the New York Jets. I'm still a fan of the New York Jets and the Carolina Panthers. This was the year Taylor Swift released Fearless, Taylor's version, a re-recorded version of her previous albums. She's re-recording all of them, and this album is amazing and it is so good, and all the songs sound the same. But the thing is, I don't have the original album, but I have a couple of songs. But having this version is so much better, because like this version is so good, because like it's kind of changed but it sounds the same, but it's still really cool. It's still like hearing the same music, but like she had her kind of own little style to it, which I really liked, and I just love the album so much. And like I love anything that she puts out, and I will listen to anything she releases. This was also the year of the New York Jets drafted a new quarterback in the first round with the number 2 overall pick, and that is Zach Wilson. Because obviously I gotta mention some football in here, because it was just like seeing us get another quarterback. I'm still a Sam Darnold fan, as I said before, but maybe to actually see Zach Wilson progress and maybe eventually get us to a like playoff game, which is good. We also got a new head coach, Robert Saleh. He's awesome. Even though we have a new quarterback, I'm still like a fan of Sam Darnold, but it's going to be interesting to see what Zach Wilson brings to the team. And go Jets! This was also the year Center Stage by Michael Kay was released. This is Michael Kay's first book, and it is like based off of a TV show and has all the interviews, and he wrote his own like introductions to them. And the book is really good. If you guys don't know, I'm a big fan of the Michael Kay show, and this man is very talented and he's really good, and I love reading his book, and he's a very good writer. Like I'd like to see him write like a like autobiography and like read about his life, because there's only bits and pieces here. It's mainly just interviews he did with other people, but I'd definitely like to read something about him, not so much other people he's interviewed. But this book is interesting. Like I'm reading it right now and it is really good. I'm not a big fan of nonfiction, but I'm reading this because obviously I'm a big fan of him. But it's just interesting, and I really like the book. This is the year Taylor Swift released yet another album, Red, Taylor's version, and I'm listening to it right now, and it's just so amazing. Like, again, hearing these songs, like, because I have the original, like, Red, so, like, hearing them redone, and also hearing songs from, like, the vault, like, songs that were also, like, even on Fearless, that weren't even released, like, until, like, now, and then she's releasing new material also that like we never heard the first time when the albums were released, was really interesting, and hearing like new songs. It's like hearing new songs but get old stuff at the same time, and it gives you that nostalgia. And I love the album. I think it's good, and I like how she puts her new kind of spin on it, like 2021 kind of feeling, but keeping the old Taylor with it there. But it's amazing because, like I said, I love anything she puts out. I will listen to anything Taylor Swift because she's just an amazing singer, and she just doesn't get enough credit for what she does, and she's just a really, really good singer, and she's just really, really good. Wow, so much has happened this year with everything going on with quarantine, and everything was slowly getting back to normal. We're not there yet. Like, when we were in quarantine, like, we never thought that we'd probably get this far. We never thought we'd get here, and we did. We're not back to normal yet, but we're slowly getting there. There's just so much that happened, and I'm just looking forward to so much that's going to happen next year. I'm graduating college this year, and it's just so much because I've been in college since like 2012. So I've been in college for almost over 10 years. And it's just amazing because I've been studying, and it's like when I went to community college and I transferred to here, and I'm finally graduating, and I am so excited to see what life happens beyond college and what my future brings after college. I can't wait to go to events again. I can't wait to see all you guys. I can't wait to see all my BookTube buddies, and I know BookCon is going to be coming back eventually. I know that like I want to go to like maybe more book signings, and we could eventually get back to the things that like we've been doing before COVID, and I think more authors are going to be touring, so to go to more book signings, at least in person, because I know like last year with COVID they were all like virtual, so like maybe we can actually get back to seeing like author book signings and getting back to seeing our favorite authors, whether that book signings or BookCon, and I'm just really excited for all that stuff. I hope you all had a good year, better than the last, and I hope it gets better from here, because it will. I'm Erin, and I will see you in 2022. say hi and check it in.